Here we are, we're ready to learn lesson 3.4, compare to solve problems. You ready? Let's go. First, a little math vocabulary. The word variable. We actually talked about this a little bit earlier. A variable in math is a letter that represents an unknown number. So for example, we have 1 plus x, x is your variable, equals 3. And you could solve for x. You could say x equals, what does x equal? You're so smart. 2. Great. So I remember I told you that I like to use the letter K because that's what my first name starts with. So I like K. T is a little tricky because it could kind of look like a plus sign. And X too. Sometimes X, if you're multiplying, looks like a multiplication symbol. So I try not to use those so much if I can help it. All right, let's go on. Let's see here what we're going to do next. Write an equation using a variable. So this is 2 steps. Then we have to solve. So we need to write an equation and then solve. Josh has been to Kennywood 4 times. So Josh is 4 times. Millie has been to Kennywood 3 times as many times as Josh. So remember, 3 times as many as Josh. 3 times as many as Josh. Well, Josh, how many times did Josh go? 4 times. How many times has Millie been to Kennywood? That's going to be our variable. That's our unknown. So we do need to write an equation using a variable, even though you might be saying, oh, I can just solve it. I know 3 times 4. But the directions say to write an equation using a variable. So I'm going to use a variable. 3 times 4 equals, I'm going to use M because my word problem says Millie. 3 times 4 equals M. Now I need to solve. So I'm going to write M equals, what's 3 times 4? I don't know. I can put 4 fingers up and count by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? All right, let's look at another one. Wow. Oh, you can do it. Gosh, you've been to many times. All right, write an equation, then solve. Hadley has 18 jump ropes. Hadley has 18. Remember I like to underline or highlight the keywords in the word problem? She has 6 times as many jump ropes as Ari. Okay, how many jump ropes does Hadley have? So we're trying to figure out what Hadley has. So I'm going to write H for Hadley. Hadley has, so Hadley equals, right? I wrote this wrong. I wrote this problem wrong. Okay, look, yikes, let me go ahead and get this. We already know how many Hadley has. It says Hadley has 18 jump ropes. See, everybody makes mistakes. I made a mistake when I wrote this slide. Hadley has 18 jump ropes. We already know that Hadley has 18 jump ropes. Okay, so I think what I meant to type in this problem was, how many jump ropes does Ari have? We want to know how many does Ari have. So let's go with that. Because we don't know how many Ari has, we know how many Hadley has. So Hadley has 18 jump ropes. She has 6 times, so 18 is 6 times as many as Ari. How many jump ropes does Ari have? Well, I'm going to use an A for Ari. So here's my equation. Hadley has 6 times as many. Some of you are going to think, oh, I want to do 18 times 6. 18 times 6. If we did 18 times 6, if she has 6 times as many, that means she has more than Ari, right? If we did 18 times 6, our answer would be way higher than 18, right? But the story problem just told us that Hadley has more than Ari. So how could our answer possibly be higher than 18? So when you're doing word problems, friends, you have to understand what the problem's asking you and think. You can't do what I call robot math. I'm going to multiply because that's what my teacher has been teaching me. You have to stop and think. Okay, don't be a robot. Think. So 18 times 6 equals A. Oh my goodness. This is a division problem, right? Or you can think of it like, what times 6 equals 18? And if you know your math facts, this one isn't that difficult. You can just go, oh, I know. Remember that triangle we talked about with fact family? We have a 6 and we have an 18. What's the missing number in that fact family? Maybe you already know it. But if you don't, let's count by 6s until we get to 18. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So that's 6 plus 6 is 12. Plus 6 12, 18. 18. So 6 times 3 is 18. So I'm going to solve. I'm going to write A equals 3 because 3 times 6 equals 18. That one was definitely harder than the first one. Definitely. All right, take out your math book, page 154. Go ahead and pause this video until your math book is open to page 154, then hit play. All right, here we go. Page 154, we're going to do this together. Oh, they gave us the variable was B. We have to use B. Okay, Sue has 3 times as many beads as Joe. Joe has 8 beads. How many beads does Sue have? Write an equation to find the unknown number and use a variable for the unknown. So they want us to use a variable and solve. Okay. So Sue has, there's our 3. 3 and there's times as many beads as Joe. Joe has 8 beads. So who has more beads? Stop and think. Who has more beads, Joe or Sue? Well, it says Sue has 3 times as many. If she has 3 times what Joe has, Sue has more beads, right? You have to stop and think. So what I want to do is Sue is going to have the bigger amount of beads. We want to know how many Sue has, and that's our B. That's our little B variable. So if Joe has 8 beads, Sue has 3 times as many. 3 times 8 is 24. You got it. Okay, friends, that's all for today. Go ahead, head on over to Schoology, check what your assignment is for the Ready, Steady, or Go group, and do that assignment. Then get on your exit ticket, do your exit ticket, spend a little bit of time on Math Multiplication Trainer or Extra Math. Remember, if you need help, to pop back into the live session. I'm here for you. We'll start our live session probably around 1:30. So see you then. Otherwise, I'll see you later for social studies and science.